G'day guys. Ha ha ha. You up late. I am busy. How you doing? I might have got slightly over eager with my positioning here. Bring you a bit closer. What's up, mate?
You got anything to screen over there?
Nah, I've got none, bro. Sorry. Something about the Joe House. Aha, very funny. No, it's the Corona studio. So that's fun. And I'm just adding a bit more paint. Into this one. I'm really getting Hansel and Gretel from this painting. Yeah, I can see that. Hey, yeah. We're not far off finishing this one. I want to leave it more rugged. But, we'll see. We will see. How are you tonight? I'm good, thank you. I'm very good. So, just gonna get some more definitive shape into a lot of these areas. As the plans are nice. And so far, it's going really well. New Zealand, let's go. Yes, indeed. This is total on a Bay of Plenty. Clever. Are you selling this painting? Hey, Huey, how you doing? Peace. You're up late. You should be in bed by a long shot. Good morning from Iowa. Welcome, Stacey from Iowa. So, this painting hasn't been sold, no. We'll see what happens to it. It's very hard to decide what to do with a painting until it's actually finished and you can really feel where it's at. Just saw a TikTok saying and to look out for horses as a sign. Alright, well, here you are. Looks like you've had your sign. No. Hello. Hello. Argentina. You've come a long way to be here. I'm just trying to find a charging cord because my phone's on low battery. Here we go. This one should do it. How am I? I'm doing good. How are you doing? Just unplug you there. plug in this one. Maybe it's the bass piece that's playing up. Grab a fresh bass. Take out that one, plug in this one. Any life? And we have life. You're not going to die on me anymore, guys. You're staying. So that's fantastic news. So this acrylic paint has a small amount of satin through it. So it will glint ever so slightly. Which is good. That's what we want. It's a very good amount of glint. Light colours first, so then when we add the darker ones, it doesn't get overpowered. That's what I'm planning. Cheers, guys. Piece by piece. Hey there, beautiful piece that you're working on. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. It's a bit of fun, this one. It's a bit all over the show. It's wild. But that's what we want, because we're depicting Gandalf. He's just down there. So we haven't lost Gandalf. He hasn't gone anywhere. He's literally just hanging out. And Gandalf is no longer available. Gandalf didn't make it to the website, sorry guys. It's already shipping off somewhere. So, I'm sorry. Wine, what time is it? Ooh, great question. It's New Zealand. The time right now in New Zealand is midnight, 30 past midnight. Thomas Muller. I don't know who Thomas Muller is, but I hope he's a nice guy. What's your choice of red? Great question. Vermilion. We're going for a vermilion. And I've mixed in a little bit of tan to it, so it's not full strength. And you're wondering why I added a little bit of tan? Well, there was really no reason for it, other than I didn't want to clean the brush properly. So, hey from Dunners. Hey Sammy, how you doing? That's fantastic. Welcome from Dunners. So it's midnight where you are at the moment. Midnight on a Friday. I used to flat on Hyde Street. That was a long time ago. Lucky you, what a place to be. Dunedin, what a time to be alive. I hope you're having fun down there, by the way. Where are you from in New Zealand? This is Tauranga. So, about as far away from Dunedin as you can get, actually. Hello from Tauranga. Shayna, me and you both in Tauranga right now. Where are you in New Zealand? I think you meant choice. Oh, yes, I see. It's funny because I'm using red paint right now, and it makes a lot more sense to ask about the red wine though. This red wine is a Syrah, or I think the Australians say Shiraz. I'm not sure though, in terms of what the Australians, New Zealand say. 6 hours behind or ahead. Me and you both artists, alright? Look at us both go. Here we are, on TikTok. 12:30 in the morning. Both artists. Next thing you're going to say, you're having a wine as well. Any chance you know the word? No, I do not. Thank you. Big fan of this shirt. I got it in Mexico. From a place called Zupo or something. I think that's what it was called. I think. How do you seem to paint so fast? You are a machine. Thanks, fat boy. Appreciate you. How do I paint so fast? A lot of the time, a picture's only made up of a few tones, and the areas, what am I trying to say? I'm painting colours and tones and shapes that I see. So it's niggly sometimes if there's a whole bunch of small shapes, but it's perfect if there's several big shapes making up the entire image. In this case here, there's a fair few lines, but actually on the whole, big shapes make up this picture. And so I can easily do that with this big fat brush. Aren't your hands sore? Why is a plate there? Are you selling those? Looks mad. So my hands aren't sore. I like holding the plate. I like the weight of it. I like a weighted palette, and I also like the weight of it, and I like the feeling of porcelain, both for the brush, on my hand, everything. Huge fan. So, in terms of selling, I do. There's artwork available on the website, in my bio, and if you want a commission, you can contact me directly. We can make a plan. Where am I from? I'm from New Zealand, so born originally in the North Island and living in the Bay of Plenty. Well, today was the official day I moved to Auckland, so it's exciting, but we're in Bay of Plenty right now. Can you reuse a canvas once you've painted it? Of course you can. In fact, it's encouraged. That's recycling. I actually try and buy canvases from op shops, so that way I can pull the frames off them, paint them, and resell them So you're looking after the environment and you're doing a fantastic job. Kudos to you. Thank you, Shayna. Shayna, yeah, thank you, Shayna. How long have I been working on this piece for? I don't know, guys, you tell me. We started this one live, didn't we? So I think we've done... How many sessions on this painting? 3 sessions, so we're on about our 4th hour. 4th hour, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. How did I first get into art, Tara? I first got into art when I was very little. My mum pushed me into it. She thought, this boy is creative. Let's let's encourage his creative side as much as possible. And so we're here, encouraged. Hi from Malaysia, welcome. You've actually been the only person that's pronounced my name right. Fantastic. Well, we're off to a rip-roaring start on this stream, that's for sure. That's good. Her name's Shayna, everyone. Thanks, John. Appreciate you. How come you have an Australian accent? Ooh, good question. I've got an Australian accent because I'm actually a Kiwi, and Kiwis sound like Australians. So, that's where you're getting that from. You're not wrong. Kiwis and Australians sound very similar. Imagine all the people living for today. Boop, 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 boop. You may say that I'm a dreamer. But I'm not the only one. Keep it up though, looks good. Thanks, chillin'. Is Seb short for anything? Shayna, it's short for Sebastian. So my full name is Sebastian. Sebastian Gower. But I go for Seb for short. It's easier to say. You're Australian and I sound even... No, so it's a trick. It's not a trick, it's probably the speaker today. My voice varies a lot. At the moment I'm trying to get my voice down a little bit so I don't wake my brother up, who's at the house at the moment. If you were here at the start, he wandered in looking for antihistamine, which I don't have. Do I sell my artworks? I do. The website link's in the bio. Commissions and the artwork are all available on there. Yeah. There's also a link to Instagram. It's pretty similar to TikTok, to be honest. But yeah, Instagram's very wholesome. So Instagram, TikTok, website, YouTube now. So due to popular demand, these are now available on YouTube. So if you miss a few, you can go onto YouTube and find episodes or whatever right at your fingertips. So that's cool. I'm pretty excited about that. You love Sebastian. I'm a huge fan of the name Sebastian. Watching from Trinidad. That's fantastic. Welcome all the way from there. Whereabouts in the world is that? I should know that. So what actually brings you to the Bay, if you don't mind me asking? Well, I used to live here. I love this place. I love the Bay. But I'm now moving up to Auckland, which is exciting. But I might come back to the Bay. Who knows? You may be talking to me in 2 months and I'll be like, I'm back. I don't think so, but I could. You never know. I do painting on occasions, but rarely these days. Any advice for beginners? Same advice I give every time. Don't beat yourself up. Think of it like dancing. If you think you're a bad dancer before you even get on the dance floor, or beat yourself up while you're trying to dance, it's gonna crack a groove. Especially if you're painting and no one's watching. If no one's watching you paint, you should feel more free and just paint exactly like you want to. Paint in the way you do with the same intensity and happiness and freedom that you do when you sing in the shower. And if you do that, you'll have fun. Now, I can't guarantee everyone likes your singing in the shower, just like I can't guarantee everyone will like the way you paint. But you'll have the most fun that way. So that's good advice for beginners. I'm in Auckland New Year's, so I probably will talk to you 2 months from now. There you go. There you go. Look at us go. Sorry, let me just get the camera match here. Yeah, let me go for this one next. That's fantastic. Where am I for New Year's? I'm in Rotorua for New Year's, but I'll be painting through, so you can, thanks chillin', you can join in, and wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't it be crack up though if we did run into each other at New Year's? It'd be pretty fun. A horse and a girl. Yes, hello from Japan. Now we may have had other people from Japan, but you're the first one that I've seen. So, in a way, you're quite special. In that one way. You're also special in a bunch of other ways, but in that one way, you definitely are special. That's a horse, that's for sure. Yeah. So, I do want a horse to be visible, but I don't want to lose the level of abstraction that we've got. It's really fun having the abstraction, and I want to keep it, I want to retain it. So, that's what I'm working on here. Here we go. And I'm moving more into the primary colours. Because in these later layers, primary colours are very cool. Good afternoon from Sweden. Welcome from Sweden. That's fantastic. It's good to have someone from Sweden here. I always hear about Sweden. It's always good things. I'm not sure what it's actually like over there, but I can tell you this. I've only heard good things. So either you're just fantastic the whole way through, or your publicity is just phenomenal. Have you been to Whanganui? Whanganui, yes I have. I like it, it's great. I reckon he sees these thirst comments and tries not to react. I see all the comments. So, but because not everyone's here to, I mean, I'm sure with the internet at your fingertips, you can do far better than me. But since we're not all here for that, I don't think everyone needs to hear me read them out or answer them. Because most of the time, sometimes it's very witty. Most of the times, is it constructive? I don't know. Painting's stunning. How do you decide what to paint each time? So Sarah, this one here was a picture given to me to paint from a lady named Maya. And typically it's just when I see a picture that I think, yes, that will turn into paint really well. I'll grab a hold of it. We've got a whole bunch from the studio here. All half finished, some finished. It's all really in and amongst. I like to work on multiple canvases at a time, Sarah. So if I like an image, I'll just start. I won't put any intensity on really worrying about it. Just g'day, good morning. Massachusetts, welcome. I won't put too much onus on actually picking out the right image. Get the image, get started. If you don't like it, you can start again. And that's how I like to do it. Also, folks, we are inside. Inside means that we are using, well, our inside voice, but we're also using acrylics. Don't use oils inside. You might hurt yourself. Chillin', you're a champion. I appreciate that donut. You're making me feel like a donut. Where am I from? New Zealand. This is Tauranga. But from now on, I'll say I'm from Auckland. So that's fun. It's my birthday today. Happy birthday. Cheers to you. And thanks for the rose. That's amazing. This is a very good wine. This is a treat. All right. How's it looking, guys? I think we're going to keep going with the yellows, but I think we need to swap the size of the brush. So, because of the yellows, I'm planning on cutting some more, which means getting some more fine points and curves into the picture. We're going to go for a cutting brush. So a cutting brush actually has an angle on it. This is a big fat brush. That's all that is. Big fat brush. And we're swapping it. Alright, I'm missing some comments there because I'm talking about brushes, but I'll try and catch up. Why am I still up? Because I promised a bunch of you after I did a quick live session this morning that I'd come back and look after you with a night session. So we're here. We'll go for about, I don't want to jinx it, another 80 minutes, I reckon. I think it would be nice with teal. Teal. Now, I usually like to apply paint straight out of the tube. So, hey Kate, how you doing? How are you still functioning at this time of the morning? I just finished work. You just finished work. It's wild. That is wild. I had a friend who worked at the port. He worked all sorts of hours. We are going to use some teal actually, but I have to mix it myself. So I'll do it after the yellow and see where we get to. The yellow accentuates it. Love it. Yeah. So yellow is one of those colours that you can sometimes underestimate in terms of its power because it mixes so quickly with the other colours. But if you use it right, you can really make work pop. The other thing about yellow, and the other colour that makes things pop, get this, it's pink. Pink is an amazing colour. And most people get scared away from it because they're not sure where they should put it or how to use it. And the trick with it is you can't really have too much of it. You just want to go to town with it. At least that's what I find anyway. Is this the new Bob Ross show? Kevin, if this became the new Bob Ross show, nothing would make me happier. But I'm afraid you've got like the cheap knockoff. You're with the single-angled Kiwi, when I say single-angled, single camera angle Kiwi in New Zealand doing abstract paintings. So if that's Bob Ross, mate, you've got it. I love and want that painting. Oh, cheers, Thomas. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you like it. Working on a new painting looks nice again. Thank you. So, This one's coming along. This is Horse and Lady. This is one of the ones we started the stream on. And actually, on my reels, the one where I'm in the rain and pretending to swim, that was this one I was starting. You can hardly tell because the rain's just washing everything. But it was really fun. Oh, I've got one other painting to do tonight, actually, now I think about it. Thanks, guys. It's amazing how it's coming along. I appreciate that. So, thanks, Taylor. Appreciate the finger heart. And it's a bit of a thrill to be able to come on here onto a platform and stream and share with you guys like this. So I'm pretty happy about that. We've been here since its birth. You have. There's been a couple of people who have actually been here since the start. So I used to be on Reddit. You'd catch me live streaming there. And you may have heard, some of you may know, that RPAN closed down. And so I looked around and thought, where am I going to go? Where's the next place? And I just saw that TikTok was doing live streaming. And I thought, I'll go there. And so now you've stuck with me. You've got Seb Gower on TikTok. So I hope you like it. How many paintings are you working on at the moment that aren't finished? Oh, Kim, this room is full of them. This room has works that are 2 meters tall, 1 meter tall, 1.2 meters. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and at a stretch you could say 22, but 16. So have a lot of works on the go, I find, because it takes the pressure off any individual work. And as works fall off the boil a little bit and they don't feel like they're coming together, you won't beat yourself up and lose sleep over it because you've got your eggs in a lot of different baskets. Room tour. Okay, I'll do a quick one. But then I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to add in I don't know what I'm going to add in, but that's a decision for future me to come back and decide. All right, room tour. Put that down there. Right. This. Okay, guys, you're coming with me. So I've just left the other part behind. Right. So we'll start in the far corner here. So if you're to walk into the studio, this is the door here. And you come on in. This is what it looks like as you walk in. Big open space. And the back wall there, it's actually a garage. So I call it a studio. It's more of a garage. That door comes the whole way up. So if I am using oils inside, or if it does feel fumey, or if it's just feeling a bit stuffy and muggy, that can come the whole way up and air the room out. If we come into the room, there's a couple of things sitting around in here that I need to package and get out of here that are finished works. This one's Clint Eastwood. So this is a big one here. This one here is 2 meters tall and it's on a very thick frame actually. If I bring you over here, it's 45 I think, and it's actually had a couple of layers of liquid glass. So it's unrollable. That's a massive canvas and it's really heavy. It's about 15 kgs. Like, it's a heavy canvas and it's got a lot of thick layers on it. So he's looking really cool, but he hangs out down here. This one here was a commission for a friend. Very good old friend. That one's finished too. It's more abstract, more fun. It's called Surf. And that's just sitting here. So what's going to happen with that is I'm going to actually cut it off the canvas and then have it folded onto a canvas which is the right size for it. That's why it's in the middle like that. There's a canvas behind that I've made, which is the exact same size, but it's not ready it's got nothing on it yet. It's unpainted. Now, here's one we were working on the other day. Who remembers this one? This is Ian. So that one's all finished, and it's going to actually dry like that. That's oil painting. So since it's oils, it's going to stay that saturated bright colour, and that's fantastic. Big fan of that one. And now we've got two paintings here. A shearing shed and a shearing shed. They're both the exact same painting. Neither one's finished. They're both just got on their own little paths. So this one ended up with a lot more warmer colours in it. And this one ended up with a lot more sort of nature, zany greens and pinks in it. So big fan of both of those. Neither one's finished. I don't know how they'll turn out, but they're both here. This one's sold now. Not this one. This one here. This was inspired by Van Gogh style. So this is sunflowers. Just regular sunflowers in a pot. That one, the reel didn't even go up for 2 hours before that one actually, I didn't even get that one live on the website. Someone just fell in love with it. And then after I told them they could have it, another 2 people have got in touch since saying they want it. But I'm like, no, it's already gone. So something about the colours, the abstraction, this was all one layer. So it's very, very fast. And so that's that one. Sorry if I'm missing a few comments here too, guys. I'm trying to keep up. There's a miniature Clint Eastwood here. That's only got one layer on it. We might come back to it. A miniature shearing one here. That's got one layer on it. If I pull these both out. Come with me. Another little man down here. So, whoop. Got our guiding picture. And then we have our gentleman just down here. What's he doing? Very little. He's just hanging out. He might get a few more layers on him yet, or he might not. This is part of that loosening up and actually enjoying, not being too intense on, I've got to start work and finish it. Let a few hours go into projects that may never go anywhere. Where's Carrie? Here's Carrie right here. This is my favourite one out of all of them. Carrie's really special to me because it's a genre piece, and I just love the characters, I love the colours, I love the depth in it. It's really a heavy piece, and I love the composition of the buckets. The containers that they've got. This is my favourite piece in the studio. This is where the hammer meets the anvil. That's a brilliant one. This one's coming along. This is an old lady. So this is a Colombian lady with a cigar. I've made a lot of effort to make sure, I'll just zoom in on her there. I've made a lot of effort to make sure that the cigar is not very noticeable. I want more of a character than us to just start noticing a cigar in her mouth. There's another, come with me, Ian down here. So that one's a long way from finished, but he's just hanging out down there. What else we got here? We've got a couple more canvases here. These ones are finished. That one's finished, but it's going to a family member. That's an old lady. That's a very abstract one of a young Indian boy. Me when I wake up an AM before coffee. Oh, that's funny. And that's a young Indian boy. So this is as abstract as I like to go. This is very quick brush strokes. It's single layer, and I love that one. That's one of my favorites, certainly. We've got another one here. Let me just get this one out properly, because this one, I don't want this one to get any weight on it. There we go. This is Aboriginal. So that one needs to get packaged up and sent off somewhere safe, but it's still in the studio at the moment. So he's hanging out here. So that's the Aboriginal, and then we have another one down here. This is a long way from finished. This is an old fella walking along with a child with a bit of a scene in the background. We have another 1 or 2 coats on that one. Let's see what it gets to. Here's a big one, Aboriginal. This is a single coat, very rough. Again, we're looking at single coat abstraction. I love this one. I'm a huge fan. Thanks, guys. And then coming over here, another sunflower pick. So this one's in the making. one coat, just playing around. I don't like the colour palette as much as I like the other one, but that's why we do these experiments. You never know. Indian priest man here, long way to go on him, but he's still hanging out. Pull that one out. We've got a gentleman's face there. Again, the colour palette's a little bit pale for what I usually like, so I'm still looking at him. I may do another coat yet, we'll see. And then we have a lot of junk in here. So when I say junk, I've just got canvases that had quick coats on them, canvases that have been gessoed, canvases that are have been bought, so I can pop this one off and actually pop that one off, paint it, pop it back in. That's from an op shop. To do, somewhat cheap work if they can't afford it. And then we've got some canvases in here that have been largely left to their own devices. Oh, there we go, look at that, another Ian. So this Ian here is wildly out of proportion, so we left him. He got stuck here, which is pretty funny. So that's all the, that's the graveyard. If you end up in that corner, you're in trouble. You probably won't get turned into art. If you end up over this side, you're probably going to get a few more layers on you. And if you're over there, you're pretty much finished or you are done. Cool. And then if you're in the middle of the room, you are currently being worked on. Wild. Now, let's make sure this camera's in the right place. How are we doing? We're doing great. There we go. Perfect. Haven't worked on it with you yet. G'day, guys. The beading. Let's start the. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I'm trying to catch up with some of the comments, but the English is getting me a little bit here and there. Thanks for this visit. You're welcome, Kate. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And but I try and keep, rather than getting stuck in a corner of the studio, I try and keep it all in the middle of the room. So there's a mat down here in the middle, which captures the drops of paint, and then the easel, this big awkward light, and then all my little bits and pieces on these little stands. So that way I can breathe the best. You're in the middle of the space, and then when you want to think, you can actually look around and look at all the artwork at once and come up with good decisions on what you're looking at. You're like a Disney prince. Thank you. Appreciate that. But that was a tour. Not all the artwork's here, I don't think. I think some's over in Rotorua. Hey, thank you very much, Lizelle. Appreciate that. Little hand hearts. And we are now out of wine. But why is the wine gone? Thanks, Jason. Yeah. So I'm incredibly lucky to have a studio like this to work in. It's a garage, but it's a studio. Jason, you're an absolute champion. I love you guys. I really do. You've got... Yeah, I suppose you do. In terms of the studio here, I'm really lucky. It's a garage. It's been modified slightly into a studio. But, I forgot one area. Jeepers. So there's a little workstation over here. And it's still a little bit in the... it's missing a few things because they've been taken up to the Auckland studio. Sorry, guys. You've got to come with me one more time. I can't take you through most of it, but not all of it. Okay. So when we talk about pictures, and if I ask you, if you're asking about commissions and things, I say just give it to me and I can see how we go. Here's my photo wall. So on this wall is all the photos. And so maybe if you've got a picture you like and you want me to print it off and add it to this wall, the inspiration might catch and we can put it here and one day it might come up. We've got ballerina photos. I haven't touched those yet, but someone's given me those. I've got the sheep ones, Surf, the lady. We've got Spyro here. We've just got everything. So if there's ideas for imagery that you've got, it can go on the inspiration wall and one day we might grab it. Who knows? And then we have a whole bunch of brushes that are sitting over here in liquids. And some of them are waiting to go with canvases because they're the brushes that did certain canvases, so they can go with 1-to-1. And then under here is all my used plates. So stacks and stacks and stacks of porcelain plates that I bought from op shops and painted on and put over there. So that's a little, usually that corner is much busier than it currently is. And the reason it's not so busy is because, sorry guys, just bringing you up here, there we go. I've taken, the big toolbox and all the paint up to the studio. So we're working out of a smaller amount of paint at the moment, just the basic colours that we need. How many brush did used every painting? So usually I try and use 3 brushes per painting, 1 large, medium and small. Sometimes I use less, sometimes I use more. Show my socks. There's nothing special about my socks, Simon. They're just regular black socks. There's really nothing to see there. Wait, do we need to send you an inspiration photo for that as well? Bless me. Only if you've got images that you'd like to have painted. If you want a commission, or perhaps you want to see some art be made, but you can't afford to get a commission, that's sometimes a solution. I can't guarantee anything, but there's no harm in it going to the inspiration wall and seeing where that takes us. Do you use new porcelain plate every time you paint? Sometimes. It depends, it really depends. But I also have been thinking about getting the plates. I've also been thinking about getting the plates and actually epoxying them and then making them available on the website. So if anyone's got interest in getting a plate, that option would be available for them too. Because sometimes you don't want a big piece of artwork as much as you just want to be a part of it. And maybe a brush and a plate presented really nicely in a way that you can hang it or put it somewhere could be fun. So it's not, but if I throw away all the plates, we lose that option. So we haven't yet. Ain't I tired? Now we'll do another hour, I reckon. 1 more hour. Cat photo for inspiration. Sonny has personalities. That's awesome. Definitely. Best place to send it to me is on Instagram. So if you go onto my bio, my Instagram handle's there. It's pretty straightforward. It's just Seb_Gal. And we can add it to the wall. Now I can't guarantee you that I'll paint a picture of your cat, but I can guarantee that it's more likely to happen if we put it by that wall. You never know. Am I a Christian? I guess technically on my birth certificate it would say Anglican, but no, I'm not a Christian. What would I be? Agnostic, probably. I don't mind what anyone is. As long as you think that everyone should be happy and have a good time, I really don't mind what you think. How did you learn to paint this way? I love it. Willow. So it's wild, it's expressive. I think I slowly developed the style. It slowly developed underneath me, and it sort of surprised me once it was actually unique. Because while it was sort of coming, it didn't occur to me that there was something special occurring, just that was my way of doing things. And now it's certainly more apparent to me that there's a special technique to it.
I try and keep healthy, so I try and go for a walk or do some exercise of some description. 30 minutes a day, if you can. 30 minutes, it's all you need. That's what they say on the push play ads, but sometimes I do 20, 15, 20. Whatever you can fit in, guys. People live busy lives, and it's about figuring out in the life that you lead how much exercise is possible. Because you've also got to think that if you are a busy person, or you do live a stressful job or a stressful life, how are you supposed to come home from that and think that you're suddenly going to rally willpower to work out, especially if by doing so it's going to take something away from everything else you're working on? That's tough. So 20 minutes, a little walk, a little bit of sport, whatever you can manage. Don't challenge Seb to reply. Yeah, I do try and get back to everyone, guys. I think it's really important because one of the big things that I care about is making art accessible for everyone. I'm really big on that. And so, in terms of making art accessible, if you've got questions or if you make comments, I really want to get back to you and not just leave you on scene. Now, I'm sorry if it takes me a few days sometimes, but I'm doing my best, I swear. And hey, thanks, Stephen, I appreciate that. Appreciate that big bouquet of roses. Chancellor, you're the best. Appreciate you. Appreciate you a lot. You're painting as well. How long does it take? It takes 4 hours. And yeah, it can't be said enough, Chancellor. I really, really appreciate you popping off some gifts there, because it's just a big old circle of love. I'll send some your way, you send some my way. Everyone meets in the middle. Fantastic. Like I was saying before, guys, if you want to send me through some pictures because you'd like to see something turned into paint, absolutely send them on through. I'd love to see them on Instagram, and you can find my Instagram in my bio. And yeah, I can't guarantee that I'll be able to paint them. If you go for a commission, of course I'll paint it. But if you're just asking for me to paint it, you'll go onto the inspiration wall over there, and when the time comes right, maybe we'll turn it into paint. Who knows? Does painting these kind of portraits take your mind elsewhere? If so, describe that place. No, it does not. So, if my mind drifts elsewhere, it all falls to pieces. What you're looking at right now, Jenny, is me being 100% present. I have to be present. If I'm not present, it'll show up not only in the way I act and behave, but in the result that I get. So, my girlfriend already found funny outfit for me to wear. Fantastic, Stephen. I wish you all the best for your little, your upcoming escapade. I'm sure it will be very fun. All right, now the next thing I'm going to need is black. Is this my black? Mars black. Perfect. How much to commission a piece the size you're working on now? So this size here, it depends, because the big thing about it is, one of the big factors is shipping. So if you live in the States, it may be best that you order a rolled canvas. So that's when I roll up and put it in a tube, and then you get it stretched when it arrives. But typically for this size, about 1,200. So we spend about 120 to 250 on the canvas, spend about 150 on the paint, and then here we are. There we go. Jeepers, I would have lost you. Your mum was an artist. That's fantastic. Having a creative parent must be special. Other than painting, what other mediums do you dabble in? Drawing, sculpture? I love sculpture. I love clay. I love those things. But at the end of the day, and although it's good to do all those things, you'll have your craft. And for me, the place where I really thrive is colour. And so once you know that, pursue that, really go after that. And for me, once I realised colour, and understanding of colours was really where I got skilled. That's where I've sort of settled. But charcoals are great too. I love black and white charcoals. I'm good, thank you. I'm very good. Ceramics. That's fantastic. I've got a very close friend who does the most amazing ceramics. And no craft is trying to get ahead of all the other crafts as such. They're all just carving out their own special space. And you just choose which space you'd like to be a part of. Jacelyn, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Good morning, my favourite artist. Good morning. How much will you seek this for? How much will I seek this for? I think that's sell. So this work, it depends. Because I've said in the past that works like this, when you get quite abstract, they're not linear, so it's very hard to add hourly rates or just to say how much they'll cost before you finish them, because this may require many more layers than I've currently given it. Or tonight, we may just decide, actually, this is done. And I don't know. So, in terms of how much it'll cost, typically for this size sort of a piece, it'll be about $1,200. But things vary. Things vary a lot. And shipping comes into it. There's all sorts of factors. All sorts. Thanks for the follows, guys. I always do love it when we're streaming and someone joins in, and then the new person who just joined in becomes one of the old people, one of the OGs. Absolute privilege to have you here, guys. There we go. So the big thing I'm doing now, guys, is actually putting this black in a way that'll solidify where detail needs to be going forward. Thanks, guys. How much more time till this painting's finished? Look, I could give you numbers, but I would just be stabbing you in the dark because I really don't know. But if I was going to guess, if I was going to give a big old guess, what would be my guess? Give me another 3 or 4 hours. 3 or 4 hours and I should be there. But you know what? I may say that, and in this very session I'll be like, no, I made it, it's done. So you never know. How long does it take to do? It's on about its 3rd or 4th hour right now. That's where it's sitting. Thanks, Gina. That's very nice. I really appreciate it. How long did it take to do? Where are you based? I'm based in Tauranga, Bay of Plenty. So I've got a studio that I'm moving up to in Auckland. This one will still be here, but you'll see me in Auckland a lot more. So working out of Auckland, living in Auckland as of today, and yeah, fun. Now, if you guys want to see some more work, if you'd like to see some more work, or if you'd like to grab a hold of me on Instagram or anywhere else, or send me a message, an email, or a text, or whatever you need to do, you can get a hold of me on my website, which you can find in my bio. There's also YouTube, there's Instagram, and there's all the things. So on YouTube, you'll find these videos. And these videos, I just grab the whole video, I download it, and I upload it to YouTube. So if that's something you're into, it's right there. What was your inspiration to make this? I've been talking to the girl who's in this picture with the horse, Maya, and she was interested in having this picture painted of her. And I thought, that's quite a cool image, I would love to do that. And so here we are. She's not buying it or anything, well she might, but this work has no owner. We're just making the work for the love of making the work, which intrinsically wants to be the most compelling reason. Thank you, Lizelle. Appreciate that. Love you too. Am I single? I'm not single. No, I am very much taken. Get the definition of taken. Times it by 20. And that's me. And I couldn't be more happy about that. Is that oil? It's not oil. It is acrylics. So I'll tell you over and over again, because I think it's really important. Use acrylics inside. And then when you're outside in nature, use oils, because that way the oils can be fuming and they will not gas you out, because you won't be caught in a tight, confined space with them. Thanks, Stephen. Appreciate you. Appreciate you a lot. At first glance, I thought you were painting a house, and then I saw the photo. Ah, you thought that was yeah, I can see that. This is amazing. How do you choose the colours? I really just shoot from the hip. I love shooting from the hip. So we're out here using whatever colours we feel like. I have told someone, excuse me, I have told someone that I'll be coming back to the teal colour, but we'll see. We will see. You never know. You will know. Then I grew older. Inside the pain. World, you left me. Yeah, Clara. I mean, you're a little bit more tired, but look, we've got another 40 minutes in us, and we'll make it through this black part, and then we might go into a bit more white. Aggressively add some white to finish off with. Maybe we'll do that. But we'll see. We'll see. Hey, Belisha. Welcome back. Thank you very much, guys. Need a bit of background music, mate. You're probably right, Ash. But I do love myself some Jack Johnson. And I do love Xavier Rudd. Huge fans of both of them. But unfortunately, copyright stops me from being able to do that. So, you're just here with me in the silence of this shed. When we're outside in nature, you get more of the birds chirping, which is fantastic. There's someone very interested in my sexuality. I'm straight, but thanks for asking several times. It's good. Jack Johnson is awesome. Yes, he is. I'm a big fan. I like that song, Do You Remember? Do You Remember is my absolute favourite. All of your paintings have been great, but this is one of my favourites so far. Thanks, Cobb. I really appreciate that. And yeah, but it means a lot. Thank you so much. Denise, hi guys. How are we doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Can we collaborate? And how much is your fee? Art Canvas NZ, of course we can collaborate. I'd love to. It depends how big a collaboration you want too, because coming up to Christmas, commissions are getting pretty heavy. In terms of a fee, it depends. If it's a fun collaboration, this is a fun one I'm doing right now. There's no charge for this for Maya. I love her story. I love who she is. She's an amazing picture, and I just want to be a part of it. So, if it's something to do, if it's to do with charity too, you put your wallet back in your pocket. There is no way. I would just love to be involved. That would be an absolute privilege. But yes, reach out via email on the website or via Instagram, and we can make a plan together. That sounds really fun. How many hours worked on this piece? We're on about our 4th hour. Maybe pushing our 5th now. Maybe pushing our 5th. And let's go there. Oh, that goes there. And that shoots up there. And we're probably at about 8, I reckon. 7's the sweet spot, guys, for the style of painting. 7. Yeah, I reckon. Draw a turtle, Jaden. You really want a turtle, Jaden. You were here this morning asking for the same thing. I'm so sorry not to a turtle for you yesterday. I'll tell you what. Where is what I need? I'm going to go like this. It's a bit annoying, but I'll do it. I'll do it for you. Just for Jaden. Here we go. Look at this. Oh my god. It's looking so good. A turtle. Just for Jaden. And thanks, Felicia. I really appreciate it. I love you too. Now, I'm also sorry. You just logged into the stream this morning and I bailed on you straight away because I've realised the time and I realised I had to get to Rotorua ASAP and I was 30 minutes late. So, silly me. But I'm here now. And I'm here until 2. What do you work as? Do you have a day job? I did have a day job. I had a really, really good day job. I was spoiled. I used to work as the ops manager for a restaurant franchise for a long time. It was family business. And now I'm just doing 2 days of support and, sorry, here we go. 2 days of support and little bits and pieces. And then I spend the other 5 days doing this. I've been doing painting for a long time, guys. but I was letting people down with commissions, and that I'd ask for them, and there'd be huge lead times because you've got another full-time job, and there'd be, you know, waits, or I couldn't take them because I was too busy. And now I've gone through a transitional period where I think, right, let's give this some proper time and look after people properly and make them some artwork. And it's been really successful in terms of I've really been able to make some people happy, which is the purpose of why we're here. Hello from Japan, and yes, I am in a garage. It's lovely to be in here. What a place to work. It is a garage, it's modified into a studio, but it's definitely a garage. And I'm a big fan of it because with a garage you can open up one end, which creates enormous potential to air out the room. Thank you, Felicia. Love you too. I love all you guys. All the ones who've been here since the start. You're all the best. You really are. If this channel ever blows up big, the first ones will still be the first ones, no matter what. That's still how I see it. Marvelous confetti, big fan. Hidden meanings in what he says. Is there hidden meanings in it? I try to be as open and honest as possible, guys. And like I write about that in my About Me section on the website as well. So I really try and be as raw as I possibly can, tell you as much truth as I can, because I believe that authenticity is the best way to spread love. And with art, I spent a long time, especially through art school, not being authentic. And when I wasn't authentic with my art, the art wasn't good. And I didn't like it, and other people didn't resonate with it. Now, as soon as I start being authentic with my art and authentic with me and showing you the true me, I typically find everyone resonates more and loves the art more. So, yeah. So if anything needs more clarification, definitely ask away. Because to help you guys be open books and you guys be happier, I'm an open book. So it's part of the fun. I'm going to get one more little glass of wine to help me through the next 32 minutes. About a half glass. And I'll be back in just a second. I was referring to your comment about the garage opening at one end. So I was definitely referring to a garage opening. The door's actually right behind me here. So typically I just use acrylics in here so it doesn't need to air out, but on the hot days it's convenient to be in your studio, lift the door up and then air the whole place out. Your live was on my FYP. Hi, welcome. You could be a model, possibly, probably not. I think I'm too nerdy to be a model. I can't do any cool looks. I'm just a Kiwi guy who paints. Let me do that. I do that really well. What wine are you drinking? I need to check. I'm pretty sure it was a Syrah, but I need to find out. So I sent you a pic on Instagram for your wall. Thank you so much. I cannot wait. So hold fire for, give me 30 seconds. 30 seconds and I'll be back. One moment. Cheers, guys. Sorry guys, how did I do? Did I take too long? Art spaces make me want to liquidate my assets and move far. These art spaces make me want to liquidate my assets and move far away. I hope that's in a wholesome way. Thanks guys, really appreciate it. Too long. Too long to miss you achieving. Oh, thank you so much guys. You are actually the best. It's wholesome being here with you guys. It really is. Cheers. When I'm offset, eh? So I think the next thing to add in here is some baby blues. Said it's like 1:31 a.m. in the morning. Yes, it is, JY. It is. Now, I know I say that the stereotypical artist who paints early in the morning, in the early hours of the morning, I'm not a fan of. But I had a sleep in this morning, so now I'm staying up a little bit later, getting some more done. I'll be up. I know. Belisha is the most incredible human being on the face of the planet. She comes in here, she gives me an endless river of love, and then, it's just lovely things as well. You all say lovely things. It's a special space, guys. We're here. I get to share this with you guys. Being able to share this with you guys, man, it's special, because the alternative is this could be happening in complete isolation. And while that would be fine, I feel like I'd miss out on something, and you'd all miss out on something too. Anyone else's comments he won't look at. Look, when it comes to the OGs, I'm taking their comments first. Belisha, I'm taking Belisha, Lucy, a bunch of people. But honestly, in the last 6 streams, Belisha's been here. She's popped on in, she said hi. I don't know what sort of life she leads, but you know what? She gets into these streams. So, you're my number one, Belisha. There's no doubt about that. Can you tell us about the original picture? So this is Maya. She's a lady who owns this horse. This is a lovely horse with a patchy coat. And she asked me if we could collaborate and me do a picture of her. So I'm in the middle of that right now. And I love her story. I love this horse. It's a fun picture. It's actually all really, really good. So I'm glad I'm a part of it. He reads the comments on most posts. I do. I really do try. Too many to look at, but he will get there. I think I'm missing a few things, but I'm not sure I tagged you. I'm sorry, but hi. This conversation probably doesn't involve me. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm just reading out your private conversation. But yes, I really do try, guys. So if you do make comments on anywhere on the social platforms, I try and get back to you, because I think that's important. I don't want to just leave you on scene. So, now also bear in mind, if you send me a message on Instagram, I will typically reply with a voice message, because I might be driving or I might have my hands doing something, and so it's easier for me just to push play, reply, and then send. So if you send me a message and you get a voice message back, don't be concerned. It's just how I roll. Is that a girl with a horse? It is. It is. So she's holding the horse's face and kissing the nose, but we're just slowly building it in. I'm showing no more importance towards these areas of focus than to the rest of the picture, because I want the whole thing to develop equally. That's the goal. That looks like Cardi. Cardi B? Cardi B? I'm not sure. Voice message is so much better, I reckon. Thanks, Felicia. Coral. Yay. Australia's running out of that. Yeah, I'm a huge fan. It does surprise a lot of people though, so I warn you about it. But I find it better. It's more wholesome, and like there's so many fake profiles and things out there now. I mean, obviously I'm live, so I'm not fake, but thank you. They might be preserved. They might be. But it's quite wholesome to actually, on such a digital platform, to hear someone's voice. Very wholesome. Estimated number of hours it's taken to make this masterpiece so far. So we're probably on our 6th hour right now. Hour number 6. But you've got to take into account that we do a lot of talking here. So can you call it all painting, or a chops and changes? If not art, what other creative passion will you have pursued? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. If not art, maybe, God, something for people. Something. A counsellor, a group. I don't know, it would involve people. If I couldn't have art, I wouldn't pursue another area of art. If I couldn't have art, I'd pursue something else. But I get serious amounts of fulfillment from other people being happy. So if I could find some sort of path where I could actually accentuate happiness in people, then give me that path. So probably a school counsellor or something would be probably that. I love it, really fit of a new genre. Hey, thank you very much, Brian, I appreciate that. And what's the name of the style? I'm not sure what you call it. Impressionism, Expressionism, abstract. Abstract meets realism. Is that even a thing? I'm not sure. Where do I find a friend like you? You make too much sense. I've found actually typically in my own life over the years that I've had, that when I've been myself and been real, that's when it's resonated with other people. And when I've tried to be the person that other people wanted me to be, I've weirdly enough failed to connect. So the best thing you can do for yourself, or the best thing I found to do for myself, was to be me. Because on the inside, I just really cared about the people. And when I started to express that and be me the way I wanted to be me, other people started acting more like themselves as well. And the whole environment of engaging with people and enjoying myself became way less confusing, because everyone just seemed to be on the same page way more often. So be you. There's a short answer there. Be you. As long as you're confident innately that you as a good person, then be as much you as you can possibly be, because the world deserves it. You deserve it. Abstract realism, I love it. That's such that's a hilarious term. If that ever catches on, I swear I'll shake my head every time I hear it. You're already part counsellor. Your videos post. Cheers, I appreciate that. A little bit. Yeah, I get a real kick out of knowing. actually I did the other day. Someone sent me a message saying they suffered from depression, and these live videos and the videos on YouTube and the Instagram stuff, they said it was really helping them. And yeah, putting a smile on their dial. So, I mean, to wake up to that message, guys, like, you've got no idea the kick you get out of something like that when you think that, okay, so now, no matter what happens today, I've really landed a punch. I've really done some good. We're having a Shiraz, so it's a New Zealand Shiraz, and we're having just a little half glass, just to get us through the last 20 minutes. And then I'm adding in some, it was supposed to be baby blues. It's more like a steel blue, but look, I'm not too worried. It's still a wholesome colour. Where is everyone from? UK. I'm from New Zealand, Bay of Plenty. Optimism just radiates from you. Well, that's good. That's where I want to be. But if I wasn't optimistic, guys, I'd let you know. Because, like I say, I want to be real for you. I don't want to be. We're not going to be fake here. This is different. I agree. So much positivity. It's refreshing in the world. There is a bit of negativity, but look, there's some amazing people out there doing some amazing things, and with that in mind, you could be one of them. I know that sounds really cheesy, but I went through a large period of my life thinking that I couldn't, not that I couldn't be, but that I wouldn't be, and then, yeah. Like I say, just started being me, and then people started to resonate with that, and people's lives got better. That was a real win. That was such a win. Yeah, I'm still on a high from the message that I was telling you about the other day. I'm still on a high from that. So, yeah, like you get something like that, and you literally think to yourself, okay, no matter what gets achieved now. We tick the box. Everything else from here is a bonus. Aren't you sleep deprived? It must be very late there. It is. It's 1:40, so we're going to go to 2 o'clock. So 2 o'clock, and I throw on the towel. But we're not sleep deprived because I slept in this morning, because I was a lazy boy this morning. I promised everyone, hey, I'll do a big long stream tomorrow. And then I woke up this morning and I started at like 10, 11, 12, and I streamed for like an hour or two, and then got late and had to run to Rotorua. So, yeah. Not to play devil's advocate, yeah, I could do that. I could hide the negative stuff on purpose, but like I say, it's really important that you do real. And I was watching a video, actually, a really good one. So I follow a lot of artists on Instagram and their reels. And I don't have any stuff in galleries right now, but there should be some stuff going down to Christchurch soon into a gallery. So anyway, I was watching this lady on, this artist on reels. She posts amazing stuff. I love all her stuff. It's really, really great art. It's abstract. And anyway, she posted a few reels. She's like, right, I'm in the middle of a blockage. If you've been watching recently, I haven't made a lot of art. I'm stuck in some laps. I'm going through some challenging stuff. And let me not only walk you through how I'm going to deal with it, but let me walk you through, what it feels like. And it was really good because a lot of other people were watching it, and a lot of aspiring artists and things. And they suddenly see that, this famous artist, this person that I'm watching because they're famous is battling with this sort of stuff. And not battling and losing, but saying, hey, I'm battling, I'm struggling, and here's how I'm going to deal with it to help you. So if I get into a battle, guys, and I get painter's block, or if I start struggling with certain things, absolutely I'll share it, because as an artist, if you're an artist, you're going to face very similar things. Or if we're talking about just general life, you're definitely going to face similar things. So real is good. Real is the best. And I think in today's world, we're so used to not real. So when you feel it, it's refreshing. It's good. With my parents' B-days, I paid them to... I'm sorry if I'm uninformed, but do you draw as well? I don't draw. I don't draw very well. I do use graphite, but it's pretty rough and rudimentary. I prefer charcoals, and even in the charcoals, I need to start practicing again, because with pencils and charcoals, time is key. Time in the saddle gets you a long way. Hey guys, how we doing? So evening, what's happening? We're painting a picture, layer by layer, stroke by stroke. It's taking some time, but we're making good ground. And you've heard me say it before, I'm gonna say it again. These paintings are not linear. They may get good, they may fall off the wagon. They will not always get better. Some layers, you might ruin it. How many other art styles have you explored, or have you stayed true? So I chop and change. I really do chop and change. So I used to do. I've explored a few different styles, but it's funny because looking back, every time you took the reins off me and let me do me back in high school or in university, this is where I'd end up at. So I keep coming back here. So with that in mind, all the other styles were sort of me exploring, but I was always coming back here. Are you a fan of modern? I'm a fan of all kinds of art. Do I want to do all kinds of art? No. Am I a fan of them? Am I stoked that someone else is doing them? Yes, 100%. Good night, my favourite Kiwi. I'll see you next time. Catch you later. All the best. I'll be here for another 12 minutes. You got me for another 12 minutes, guys. And then I'm going to curl up in my bed and I'm going to fall asleep. What a dream. Is this the style that speaks to you though? Absolutely. This is the style that I like the most. Because if you dropped all other things and let me just paint like me, this is how my artwork would turn out. So that's a real thrill. And it's funny because it was underneath my nose the whole time. So this style of painting was my style from the very start. I couldn't see it to start with, but then looking back, it's all far clearer. So design, love interior design, love it. Would I do it? Definitely, I'd like someone who does it all the time to do it. Yeah. Singing Dino, welcome back to the stream, Singing Dino. It's been a while. It has been a while. Well, I think you popped in this morning too. Let's go for a combo now. Ooh. As a matter of fact, let's see where this takes us. We're going for a pink colour now, team. Let's see if it gives us a really hot pink. It's not a hot pink. It's more of a salmon. But we'll use it. I think it's going to be wholesome for the coat of the horse. Yeah, this is going to work out well. This is going to work out very well. This is a good colour. This is good. This is good. You started and made my day. It was 7:50 in Jamaica, and there's no way. That's fantastic. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Hello from New Zealand to Jamaica. Welcome. I'm so glad. I am so glad. That's fantastic. Oh, I'm not sure. You get paint all over yourself. And it's best you don't, because I'm not sure if this paint is toxic or not. But you definitely don't want it on your clothes. I've got it all over my clothes, and it's to be avoided. What type of art is this? Like abstract? It's great. I think we just coined the term for it. It's abstract realism. I'm laughing, but that's a very good name for it. You started putting salmon colour, and I said, that's it. Yeah. So I do like this colour. I'm a big fan of where it's landing. But like I say, guys, I keep saying this because one day you'll see it, and it might be today. These paintings are not linear. We could just ruin one day. Accidentally. But look, it may happen. No one intends to ruin a painting, but sometimes paint just goes in the wrong places. You're going to pop off now? Sam, look after yourself. Thank you so much for joining in. I really appreciate you being here. And either have a good day at work, good day off, or a good night. I'm not sure where you're at, but I'm certainly sending you good vibes. Thanks, guys. Why are you always so chipper? Why am I always so chipper? Well, I don't intend to be. I sort of intend to be quite neutral. But if I come across as chipper, that's a good sign, because that means you guys are putting me in a chipper state, which means I probably owe you guys a thank you, if anything. Because the alternative is to be here in this garage, painting alone, which, don't get me wrong, it's great to get art finished, but sharing the whole process, pretty fulfilling, guys. It's pretty fulfilling. Art is like a person who has flaws too. Most masterpieces have a flaw. Yeah, it's fair enough. And see you, A5H, see you later. All the best. Look after yourself. Thank you. Trying to make it... Healthcare, so trying to make it fun. I guess it depends what country. I guess it depends what country. Do you ever paint when you're angry? And what have been the results? No, I try to avoid that. If I do paint when I'm angry, I won't release the work as such. It comes out very similar. It looks very similar, but I can tell the brushstrokes aren't positive in a weird way. It's nothing cryptic or spiritual in any way. It's literally just, I can tell that the person who made it wasn't in a great state. And it doesn't happen often, but I think it's really important when you make art, you do it from a place of love and happiness, because I think we can sort of feel it, or sort of tell psychologically. We can look at those brushstrokes and be like, good mood, or maybe not a good mood. And so with that in mind, if you're an artist, you do have a responsibility to, you can make artworks that are scary and negative and things like that, to explore that. But there's also a responsibility to produce something to society that creates beauty and happiness. So paint when you're happy. if you're not happy when you're painting, then there's another question to be asked there. Do you ever use the Sgraffio technique? No. When do you paint? Would you paint a fan? Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you mean a fan, like as in like a person we're connecting with right now? Or do you mean a fan as in an actual fan? Because it's yes for both. They're both great ideas. The men in Australia is the yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Imagine all the people living for today. Alright guys, the movie Godfather, it's very beautiful, your style. Alright, I'll check it out. How many paintings have I painted? What's the number? What's my number? Yeah, I don't know. But I know I need to paint faster, and I model myself in terms of how fast I want to paint off Van Gogh. I pulled up the other day, actually, Van Gogh. I say Van Gogh, that's the American way of saying Van Gogh. Van Gogh, and then Van Gogh is British or UK or something. But his name is actually Van. So Van, not Van, it's Van. Van, and it's Gogh. Van Gogh. So if you're pronouncing it, I think it's Dutch, the correct way to say it's Van Gogh. But if you're saying it the American way, which is wrong, is Van Gogh. I like Van Gogh. He doesn't mind. If he minds, he'll tell me. But anyway, he painted, I think it was one artwork every 3 days? It was 3 paintings a day for 10 years. It was a lot of work. He produced a lot of work in a brief period of time. So it'd be really cool to maintain that pace if I could. How many days to finish this one? After this coat, we'll see. I was just saying before, guys, it's not linear. It's going to head in all directions. So right now, it's heading in a really good direction. Will it stay in that direction? Who knows? Who knows? Lol, we would claim them in the States also. Look, I think a lot of those artists, at a certain point, it becomes irrelevant where they're from, and it becomes more relevant what they mean to the entirety of mankind, and in a small way. And Picasso and Van Gogh, I think, belong to the world now. They've just got to a stage. I believe. It's a good song from Honey. 3 paintings a day, or it was 1 painting every 3 days. You'd need to look it up, but if someone could look it up and tell me so I can lock it into my mind and not forget this time, that'd be fantastic. But he was a Speedy Gonzalez. What's your most expensive sell? That's relevant. Most meaningful sell was a picture of an Aboriginal man that I sold to my uncle, actually. Why was it the most meaningful one? I really liked it because it was a really, really wild piece of work. It was really wild. And he sat at it and looked at it for about 3 days while he was drinking his coffee. And he said, I want that one. I want it. That's the one I want. And it was cool because I knew there was something inside the work. I knew that there was this character trying to come out of it, and no one could see it until he sat and looked at it for 3 days. And then he's like, I see it. I want it. So that was, in terms of special work, it didn't sell for a lot, but it was just a very special thing. You're going to head off now. See you later, Singing Dino, and all the best. Cheers. Thank you so much. Yeah, you have a good night, and I'll see you next time. Probably tomorrow morning. But don't trust me. I've been shocking every now and again, haven't I? So the way you worded it, most meaningful sell. Yeah, in a big way. I mean, yeah. So I think that's probably the way I'm looking at it right now. Probably not the most financially sensible thing to do, but if you can meaningfully sell work, and when I say that, when you fall in love with a work so much that actually you don't want to see it go, that's when you know you got it in the right place. Like there's a couple of works in here that are finished that I look at and think, I don't want you to leave the studio. I don't want you to leave this house. And that, painfully, is when you know, God, it's in just the right place now. It's ready for someone else's home. So that is what it is. And Kuza, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Are your parents professors? You're very cultured. No, they're not. My father's a farmer, and my mother, she was dux in her school, but she, after university, became self-employed. So neither are professors, but yeah. I did do an art history degree though, but yeah. I think it's probably just the red wine and the shirt. It makes me look cultured, but no, it's all the front. It's a trick. It's a trick. When do you know when to stop? Right now, actually, Blue. So I have this last little sip, and we're actually finished. So I would keep going. No. We'll sleep on it for a night and see where it takes us. That'll be the plan. Hoping to visit New Zealand? One day. One earlier, mother and child. Do you have the large one you were working on earlier? The mother and child. Mother and child. I don't know which one that one would be, mother and child. I've got horse and lady, and then I've got a farmer and a small child. I haven't got the other one. There we go. That's fantastic. All right, guys. That's very good wine. You were in the pasture. Draw a turtle tomorrow. Jaden, you know what the best thing about you is? The consistency. And I can really appreciate that. Wine before bed? Yes. I hope that isn't bad for me. Who knows? Anyway. Mother and child at the beach painting. I'll have a think. Great live. Hope you have a great day. Thanks, Stephen. Everyone, all the best. I'm going to grab some sleep, and if I do go live tomorrow, it will be probably around the 9 to 10 a.m. mark, NZ time. Otherwise, if I miss you, I've driven up to Auckland early, so we'll go from there. Felicia, I wish you all the best. Catch you later. Sleep well, guys. You're all a bunch of champions, and it's a pleasure every time. Bye.